Hello everyone and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. Last time around we arrived at the crèche and we had a critical story development here with Lae'zel in this machine, the Zaithisk, and come to find out apparently the Zaithisk was meant to kill her, not really cure her of the illithid larva or whatever you want to call it in her.
Take it. It might be useful.
Yeah, except we can't. This is all considered stealing, right? So we can't do that. Even if we wanted to.
There's a parasite nearby. You should take a closer look.
She sure likes talking about parasites. Okay. So anyway, I guess let's walk around now. Is there anything... What's the next story thing? Right here? Take the egg? That's only if we're going to do that. What's this? Take Lae'zel to the Inquisitor. So that's the next story element? Okay. Or talk to the captain of the crèche. We have multiple quests to follow here. Interesting. Alright. Dead end. Yeah, you can't go that way. This is where we came in. The Inquisitor! The Inquisition! What a show! The Inquisition! Oh, here we go! So we were already in the captain's quarters. I guess we get to go talk to them now. Before we weren't supposed to. But I guess now it's okay to go talk to them. You wonder if this is a Hugo Boss dress shirt I'm wearing? No. It's just some generic brand from like a... Probably like a department store or Kohl's like 100 years ago. Like I said, I've rarely worn it. Just sat in a closet for ages. And this last year, you guys asked me to start dressing differently and spiff it up a little bit. Look a little more professional. So... I have. So here's the captain's quarters. What's weird about this is right here. What is this? Insert item into a barrier. What the heck? Ardent Gnurl. I guess we should talk to them and see what they're doing, right? Whoa. Uruth. Ew, they're eating bodies. Look. What is going on here? Why are you... Ew. Why are they eating the bodies? What happened? Alright, Gith Rock Zerd.
You are not familiar to me, Rastil. Do you bring news of the weapon?
I need a description of the weapon. A weapon I seek aid. We should be fighting the Gith incursion. Your sentries thought I could be of use to the Inquisitor. I guess we'll say that.
The Inquisitor? On what grounds?
I approve of the illithid invasion. I have important information. By the way, the wolves stopped eating. Look, now they're just sitting down. What happened? I don't know if we should give them the illithid... If you say that, you might just start the whole problem up again, right? So I'm thinking I'll just have important information.
Information. If it's not about the weapon we seek, I don't care.
I told you, they will stop at nothing to reclaim it.
So I found the weapon we seek. I know nothing about the weapon. What does the weapon look like?
It is small, angular, metal, adorned with Tirsu script. Stolen by true soul heretics.
You realize she seeks the artifact you carry.
So I
What was that
wonder...
look? You know something. Do you have it?
I wonder if Shadowheart was with us, if she would have been adding to this, right? What I know can only be heard by the Inquisitor, so you must let me pass. Attack? Attack! What the fuck? This sucks because I want to persuade, but I have the wrong person. Like, this should have been, obviously, my main character, Darkscale Phil, doing the persuasion role, not her. Because this sucks. Look, this is going to be... We're not going to do this. This stinks that you can't change character. Because we're definitely not going to pass this. See? We passed it. Oh my god, by complete luck. Alright then.
If you speak truth, the Inquisitor will reward you greatly. If you lie, well, Inquisitor Wargaz will ensure you do not bother me again.
Duh. So she's gonna open it? What the fuck? She's doing it at the table. She climbed on her own table. I guess we should save. She's gonna open the door. Oh, wow.
Go down the hall. The Inquisitor awaits.
Interesting. I don't know if we should even do this yet. I'm a little nervous that this is gonna go wrong. Talk to the Inquisitor, take Lae'zel to the Inquisitor. It's the same question. It's the same quest. Well, let's go for a walk. Whoa. It auto-saved, even though I just manually saved.
The Inquisitor will be waiting. We must hurry.
Agreed. The sooner we get out of here, the better.
Will, shut up.
Inquisitor sounds like a real piece of work. Do you think he'll answer our questions?
There's a pouch over there. Look.
The Inquisitor may guide us. Do not provoke him.
What's in the pouch? Nothing. What's this way? Captain DCW, thank you for a whopping 32 months of support as a member. I appreciate that. Oh, really? Sarah says if you complete the Inquisitor part of the crèche, you can't do anything else in the crèche. So maybe we should wait. Oh, look. I don't know what that crystal's for, but I'll take it. Salt of Viridian Crystal. What else is there to do? Anything? I mean, I see the egg quest, but I don't really want to steal the egg. I don't want to go against the Gith and piss them off by stealing an egg. I think that's like if you hate them or whatever, you would do that, right? I don't hate them, so I don't want to do that. I'm fascinated by how weird their culture is. They think they're so high and mighty and better than everyone else, and they're all full of themselves, and they're all very aggressive, but I don't want to aggro all of them by stealing an egg, right? I don't want to do that. Yeah. So I don't know what else. What else is there? Is there anything else? Let's just look around. I don't have to talk to the Inquisitor. We can try to figure stuff out. I see a column, but it looks like a dead end, right? Doesn't seem to go anywhere. I wonder if there's any hidden areas or anything to do here. Doesn't look like it, right? It looks pretty straightforward. The Inquisition, what a show. Oh, this is the chamber, huh? That's the person? Do I have to talk to them right away? Or can I look around? Elegant chest. Intelligence concerning the weapon. That's interesting. They have their own intelligence about it. Sadly, I can't read it. They're gonna consider that stealing if I try to read it. I'm thinking I should put Shadowheart in my party. I think I do have the Blood of Lathander quest, but I don't know how you get it. Yeah, I don't know how to actually get the Blood of Lathander. I was looking for it. I never found it. I also don't even know how to check that. Is it my journal?
You have something I want. I have the knowledge you need.
Find the Blood of Lathander. We're learning there's a powerful holy relic. Precious relic called the Blood hidden somewhere in the monastery. We found an oddly shaped crest that belonged to a... Yeah, we have the crest. Well, we have the crest, but we don't know what else you do, right? I don't need Shadowheart. Shadowheart wouldn't add anything to what we're doing now, because she's the one who had the artifact to begin with. So it makes me feel like we want her in the party, right? To know, so she might add something more to what's going on. Like right now, I feel like Will is adding absolutely nothing at all to the what we're doing. Right? I don't think like he's doing anything at all. Maybe if we have Shadowheart in there instead of Will, we can get a little bit more story elements. So I'm good. If I have the blood quest, I'm good to go. We keep going. Oh, I'm stuck. I want to look around before I talk to the Inquisitor. It seems like if I talk to the Inquisitor, it's going to trigger the next part of the story. Man, there's all stuff here I want to read. I want to read this confiscated book, too. But I can't read anything. It's all red, which means they're going to aggro to me if I read it. It's annoying. You're the Inquisitor. Can I go this way? Look at all this shit. Oh, man. The Skin Burster? I totally want to look at the Skin Burster. Hold on. I at least want to look at it. No, don't steal. I'm gonna look at it. The Skin Burster. When the wielder deals melee damage with the weapon, they'll gain 2 turns of Force Conduit. What the hell is that? Bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage against the affected entity is reduced by 1 per turn remaining. If the entity takes damage while it has 5 or more turns remaining, it deals 1 to 4 force damage in a 6-meter radius. Huh? It sounds interesting. I totally want this and I can't get it. They won't let me. Damn it. There's all good stuff in this room. They won't let me touch any of it. That's like the ultimate temptation in RPG. Just surround you with good loot and you can't touch any of it. Or everyone aggros. This room is... What happened to this fucking room? I get hit by an earthquake or something. Right? What the hell came through here? Wrecked everything. Look at all these chests. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, what's going on? Use? You read that, right?
I've got a long road ahead.
Use. What the fuck?
The statue starts to rotate, but its rusty mechanism jams stuck. The statue starts to rotate, but its rusty mechanism jams stuck.
Shit. Come on, someone do this.
The statue
Oh my
starts
God.
to rotate, but its rusty mechanism jams stuck.
They all suck. They all can't do it.
Blade at the ready.
This one keeps rotating, though. I wonder what that does. So this is definitely a puzzle or something. It's a fake wall. There's definitely a puzzle with these statues. But I don't know if we can do the puzzle. I'm stuck. You gotta be kidding me. I'm stuck? I'm stuck on the barrel. I can't get down. Get down, you idiot. Oh my god.
The statue starts to rotate, but its rusty mechanism jams stuck.
So none of us can use it? So what do we do then?
Alright, what now?
The statue starts to rotate, but its rusty mechanism jams stuck.
It claims it's completely stuck. Jammed. I'm wondering, do you attack it, or do you just need strength? Like, don't I have a potion of strength I can use? Some people are saying you might be able to throw grease at it. Oh, really? I was actually going to drink... Remember, I have a potion of strength? I was thinking drink a potion of strength, but... If you guys are saying throw grease, I might just do that. Because don't I have, Like a potion of giant strength or something like that. Oh, wait a minute. I don't have grease, do I? Oh, wait. Yes, I do. Here it is. Is this going to be considered aggro, though? This might be considered aggro. And they might come attack me. Right? Maybe if we do it from stealth? Like I said, I thought the logical thing was to get a strength potion and get someone to have artificial strength, but I guess the grease also makes sense.
No hesitation. Nearly had it.
Oh! Shit! It moved, but how am I supposed to move it? I don't actually know the solution to the puzzle.
Lathander blesses the rising, bountiful sun.
Oh, what direction would the sun rise? East. Sun rises in the east.
The statues reveal the hidden door. Curious.
Oh, they did? Oh, shit! I can't stop slipping. Well, we found the door. God damn it. Busted my ass. Oh, this is it. This is the blood of Lathander down here? Oh, shit. Okay. The secret stairway. I guess we should do a save here. So I guess there's multiple ways to do that. I would have used a strength buff, but because the chat recommended grease, I did that. Either way, I probably would have figured it out regardless, because I was going to do a strength buff to do the athletics or whatever. So I actually have no idea why that solved the puzzle, though, because the weird thing about that was it said face east, and it wasn't facing east, but the door opened anyway. So, all right, the secret stairway.
Incredible. Completely untouched. It looks frozen in time.
What does? Huh? What's he talking about? A plaque.
If thou readst this, trespasser, turn back, lest your life be forfeit.
Well, fuck you. How do I get in here? What is this, a crystal of some sort? It's called an energy source. So maybe I need to destroy that, and then the barrier will go down. Oh, you're right. I can long rest here if I want. Oh. Oh, really? I'm being told... Guys, I'm being told by my chat, they know better than me. Okay. I should probably do the Gith quest first. Apparently doing this might negate the Gith questing. I didn't know that. I do think we should long rest, though. So I think we will long rest here. And then we'll go back and do everything else. Now, what's funny is people are saying, because I'm not talking to my party members, that their quests aren't advancing. Like, if I talk to Lae'zel here, what does she have to say?
To the Inquisitor at the crèche. The Zaithisk's failure must be reported.
Okay. A hatchery with a single egg. How many does a clutch usually contain?
Kalir's clutch held 36 eggs, more or less. Though I've learned of crèches that harbored 100.
So why is there only one in that one? Githyanki look humanoid. How did you evolve to lay eggs?
Humanoid. How I despise the term.
Yeah, because it sounds like human. That is
Githyanki
insulting.
are quite superior to humans. Our biology slates state that Githyanki came to lay eggs after we escaped illicit enslavement and took to the astral plane. It's an asexual process, a favorable change by any estimation. Hideous to imagine a life
gonna be
where I
painful.
couldn't partake in the pleasures of sex,
without the looming threat of bearing children.
Who does the laying? I'm curious about the logistics. He wants to know about who's crapping the eggs out.
Shukiani, Githyanki chosen by Vlaakith herself to bear young. The queen assigns when and where they must lay, and how many eggs they must bear. The Shukiani pass their eggs in the material plane. In the astral, time barely passes. It is a meticulous process, carefully timed so that the eggs hatch at once.
On to other matters. Enough about this. These eggs. The crèche training room was illuminating. Are Gith instructors always so brutal?
My own Savage would never have threatened a youngling. A waste of time and energy.
Huh.
The pupils themselves culled the weak from their ranks.
Ah.
I myself felled 4 of my own classmates once Kalir had 100 times circled Tyrell.
Huh. So she's a brutal killer. She'd kill her own classmates. Damn. That's awful. Is life not precious? For what reason? Rage, entertainment? Let's say that.
Survival. My people have no use for cowards. Every trainee that I slayed was either too weak to withstand the lessons, or was cocky enough to pick a fight they could never win. They underestimated me, so they paid the price. The Githyanki are only as powerful as their weakest warrior.
Brutal.
Jaquith de Venzir, the termination of the frail, strengthens us.
About your quarrel with Shadowheart. Yeah, we have a lot to talk about. We haven't talked to them in so long. Okay, about your quarrel with Shadowheart.
It is over where I am concerned.
That's a relief. Can I trust you not to cause more trouble? I'll kill you. It's kind of messed up. That's a relief. We won't survive this if we don't stand together.
It is through conflict that we strengthen our bonds. Yet I do not recommend Shadowheart seek it again. The next resolution may not end in her favor.
Alright. So, that was the advancement of her plot. Talking about her people. Gale, does Gale have anything to talk about at this point?
Not the resounding success we were hoping for. Still, the price of ambition is occasionally catastrophic failure. At least our skulls remain intact.
What's he talking about? I never realized it was so easy to cast magic. I was wondering about the mighty lord you told me about in your story. I don't even understand what was he talking about? I don't even know what that's in reference to. The mighty lord you told me about in the story?
Ah, yes. Karsus. Karsus was perhaps the most powerful wizard that ever lived. The child who would be a god, the elves called him. And he tried. With a spell of his own devising, he endeavored to usurp in one fell swoop the power of the goddess of magic.
Oh, that's just the guy who tried to
Mistral,
fool the goddess
she
of
was
magic.
called
Okay.
then. Imagine what it must have felt like to be a god, to know yourself, to be untouchable, to be mistaken. As Karsus aimed his spell at her, she began to unravel, and with her, the entire weave. Too late did he realize what he had unleashed. It would have been the end of everything had not Mistral sacrificed herself. The goddess of magic is all magic. By dying, the entire weave was lost, and the spell that challenged a god failed. It was the end of Mistral, the end of Karsus, and the end of an entire civilization.
So how did magic come
As
back
the
then?
child who would be a god was turned to stone. His empire came crashing down around him. The floating cities of Netheril were no more. An event that came to be known as Karsus's folly.
So wait a minute. So this guy had an entire civilization based on magic, but that wasn't good enough for him. So he tried to beat the goddess of magic so he could take control, but instead he accidentally destroyed all magic, causing his floating city to crash to the ground and be destroyed. What an asshole. What a complete idiot. Wow. Okay then. Well, yeah, so at that moment in time, all magic was gone.
For a spell, Mistral was reborn as Mistra. Upon her return, the weave returned with her. Now, so many centuries later, I try to follow in the footsteps of Karsus. Not to destroy Mistra, but to prove my love for her. Tried to control only a fraction of the magic that was unleashed that fateful day. I merely sought to return one tiny diamond to an imperfect crown. Gale's folly, one might call it. History, repetition. It's the way things go.
Oh, excuse me. Tickle in my throat. Ugh. I never realized it was so easy to cast magic. What will you do if you feel this Netherese magic now overtaking you? It's a good question. If he's going to turn into like an atom bomb, what would he do?
If it should ever come to that, if I ever know I am no longer able to stop it, I will do anything I can to ensure no one but me pays for my mistakes. I will find the remotest place on the surface of Faerun, or perhaps far below in the depths of the Underdark. I will await that death, alone. I promise I will not betray your trust. You kept me by your side despite the menace that I am. If worst comes to worst, I will be long gone before the curtain falls.
Well, as long as you're in the Underdark when we're not. I don't understand what this means. I never realized it was so easy to cast magic.
I assure you it's not. Don't get me wrong, you did well. The somatic component, the verbal component, even the focus on the inner self that invites Mystra in. But I was still your conduit. To perform such a feat alone requires much and arduous study. Of course, as a sorcerer, these talents come to you quite naturally. I do hope you cherish that gift.
Alright. Alright, well, at least we're exhausting their dialogue now. Isn't really anything's really coming out of it, but at least we're getting some stuff out of it, right? Some interesting story. What does she have to say about the artifact?
So, the Githyanki have no cure for our condition. Unless you count death as a cure. I won't pretend to be surprised.
Yeah, she doesn't like them. Something strange happened. The artifact you carry seemed to just come to me. Here we go.
I know. I don't understand how exactly, but I felt it go to you. It's important. Keep it close.
You don't want it back?
I do, but the artifact has a will of its own, and powers to enforce it. It likely won't let me take it back. The best I can do is to stay close. Bide my time. Eventually, I'll need to take it. Then, I'll have to see what can be done about that.
By the way, a lot of people were saying she's better later in the game. Now that we're level 6, would she be better if I, classed her, leveled her up her classes and stuff? Remember, we found a lot of good equipment for her that we gave to her, but we never used her since the beginning of the game. There's more to this. How did you get the artifact to begin with?
I suppose, if we're going to keep helping each other, I might as well tell you. I was part of a group sent to retrieve it. Bring it to Baldur's Gate for our goddess. I worship Shah, the mistress of the night. It's my mission to deliver the artifact to her secret cloister in Baldur's Gate.
Whoa!
It hurts.
Yeah, that happened before. What's going on with that?
Now that you have the truth, please don't make a big fuss about it.
Excuse me. Don't make a fuss. You've been lying to me. You could have told me how long were you going to keep this a secret. I didn't agree to join up with a Shar worshipper. I don't care who you worship. We have bigger problems. Yeah.
True. I didn't think you'd react so pragmatically. Perhaps I should have told you sooner.
Now the truth is not telling me more. In the future, I expect you to be honest. I can't trust you. Alright, let's see if she'll tell more about her backstory. Change her domain to Light or War or Tempest. Says Tigaholic. Sarah says Shadowheart's amazing now as a healer or cleric. Don't use her for main attacks. That's not what she's actually for. Interesting. Okay. And then Mr. Video says a blind playthrough would have been more interesting without chat holding hands the whole time. Blind playthrough would have probably stopped around part 10 because the game is so cryptic that I wouldn't have enjoyed it and I would have stopped playing. So you can either have this or nothing, so I would recommend you shut up and stop complaining. Thanks. Okay. I've only said that about 400 times during the playthrough, by the way. Okay, let's continue here.
All right. As I said, Shah is my patron, my mistress, goddess of darkness and loss. I assume you've heard of her?
Remind me. Honestly, your faith is your own concern. I won't judge one way or the other. She doesn't sound appealing going by her titles. I've heard Shah worship is vilified by many, forbidden outright in parts. Huh. What to say here? See, that might very well be true, but is that going to piss her off if you say that? Right? I'm gonna say, your faith is your own concern. I won't judge one way or the other. It's your choice.
Curious. Most are afraid of my lady. I think I did well by joining you. Most agreeable company.
Oh, that's it? See, I said the wrong thing and now we don't get more information. God damn it. Why were you in pain before? Yeah, what's going on with the hand?
The wound on my hand. It never quite heals. And sometimes it causes terrible pain to rip through me. It's my burden, though, from Lady Shah. I can feel her influence somehow.
So what kind of a god would give you a wound that never heals and remind you of the god's presence by hurting you? It doesn't sound like a very benevolent god, does it? Right? Why would Shar subject you to that?
I cannot say. Not with what I can recall. But even then,
the dog's
it would
running
not
all
be
over
for
the
me
place.
to question her will. Lady Shah has her reasons.
What causes it to hurt you?
It's difficult to say. Sometimes I wonder if it's supposed to be guiding me, punishing me,
A
testing me.
sadomasochistic god? Yeah, maybe.
But perhaps it's none of those. Perhaps it's completely random.
Perhaps causing pain to its followers is a way to flex.
I'd like to hope there's more
Messed
to
up.
it than that. Some meaning that Lady Shah will reveal to me when the time is right. Until then, all I can do is endure.
It doesn't even sound like she chose to be part of this group. It sounds like she was forced into it and now she just has to deal with it, right? How do you manage living with it?
It's less difficult than you might imagine when you can't remember life without it. Pain is sacred to followers of Lady Shah. Pain will give way to loss and then to the peace of her eternal darkness. You can tolerate a great deal of suffering so long as it has meaning.
Yeah, but you don't know the meaning. Will she be, if I say this, do you think she'll be more honest in the future? I guess we'll try it. Let's see what she says.
I'll try my best. But secrecy is ingrained in me. Lady Shah considers it greater protection than any shield or armor.
Alright, anything else? I guess we should talk about the Lae'zel thing too. Alright.
We aren't dear friends now, if that's what you're asking. But I trust we can all sleep a little more soundly in camp now.
I'm surprised you didn't leave.
And get murdered by a pack of goblins or gnolls instead. Lae'zel might be a reluctant ally, but she is good at killing. I'll point her in their direction.
I don't know. I want to get to know you more. I mean, we just found out a ton about her. What else would she even say? I want to talk about all that's happened to us. I mean, that's what we just did. I feel like should we exhaust the dialogue? Or, like, for example, I say this.
Fine. What's on your mind?
How am I holding up in your estimations? What do you think about what happened in the Druid Grove?
I suppose some would commend our actions. Goblins would have razed that whole place to nothing if it weren't for us. No excuse to rest on our laurels, then.
She's choppy in
We've
the
still got our own
cutscenes. I don't really
problems
like
to
that.
contend with.
You notice her animation like chopping around? They didn't make it smooth. How am I holding up in your estimation?
Does it even need to be asked? We're beyond me merely liking you.
What?
I think I'm a different person, owing to you.
Huh? What does that even mean? What? Why? Doesn't even make any sense. Alright. That literally what she just said makes no sense at all. Okay. We haven't even talked to Halsin in a million years. What does he have to say?
Oakfather's blessings to you.
How do you know so much about the parasite?
I studied one up close. Closer than most would care to be to those things. A drow attacked me and I defended myself. Afterwards, I was able to examine the tadpole that emerged. Hideous, but fascinating. Like nothing else in nature, I'm glad to say.
Why do you want to go to Moonrise Towers?
Those illithid creatures threaten the natural order. It's my duty to do what I can to stop them. There's also the Shadow Curse. It's an affront and must be cleansed. I helped overthrow Ketheric Thormund as Dark Justiciars years ago. but I failed to prevent him from unleashing darkness across the region before he was defeated. If I can join you and get close to Moonrise, perhaps I can lift this curse, just as you find a cure for your infection.
So they were talking about this curse of shadow or darkness around Moonrise Tower, so he wants to try to get rid of that. I wonder if you go to Moonrise Tower and, like, you defeat it, if he could do that as part of a quest. Huh. Okay. Do you know how the shadow curse could be stopped?
Perhaps. But we'll need to get closer before I can put my theory into practice. Put it from your mind for now. Once we near the curse, then there will be more to be said.
Seems you're responsible for the shadow curse. It's your fault.
Well, there's hardly anyone left to share the responsibility with. Few who witnessed the fall of Moonrise still draw breath. What Ketheric Thorm unleashed is not something that nature can undo by itself.
Excuse me.
I must do what I can. I studied the shadow curse for years, but to truly understand it and stop it, I must reach its source.
All right. Like I said, we'll talk to everyone, get an update on all their quests and everything.
I'm not surprised that the Gith's insane device didn't remove our tadpoles. I'm just disappointed.
Did we already do this? He already told me about his history. He already told me about becoming a vampire. Why did he... This is kind of silly. Raphael's deal. How old is that? What do you think is waiting for us at Moonrise Tower?
Who knows? Drow? Mind flayers? Death? Hopefully not ours. But maybe answers. If we can convince the right people to talk.
What do you think of Raphael the Demon's deal?
I won't lie. It's tempting. If I keep the tadpole, I risk transforming into a grotesque monster. If I lose the tadpole, Cazador has control of me, body and soul, and I return to the shadows. It's grim either way. So why not sell what's left of my soul to a devil? Better he has it than Cazador.
Man, he's freaking... Basically, his story is fucked up and depressing. He's already a slave to, like, a vampire lord. So he'd rather be a slave to a demon than a vampire lord, because he doesn't like the vampire lord. Wow. Jeez. He has, like, no good outcomes, right? Yeah, I've totally noticed that play cool. It's ridiculous. We've already talked about that previously during the tiefling party. That all of a sudden everyone in the camp was, like, grabbing my nuts. I was like, what is going on here? Why are the relationships so ridiculously fast moving when I haven't even had a personal conversation with any of these people and now they're all like want to make out and stuff? I'm like, it's a little weird. I agree there. Okay. We have other options, better options. I understand the appeal. You're trading one... Yeah, let's say that. You're trading one master for another. You'd just be a slave either way.
You're familiar with the phrase, better the devil you know?
See? Yeah.
I know Cazador. And I'll take anything that saves me from that.
So he just doesn't want to be with Cazador anymore. Huh. How do you become a vampire exactly?
It's simple. Just find a vampire that will drink your blood and turn you into a vampire spawn. Their obedient puppet. In theory, the next step is to drink their blood. Once you've done that, you're free. And a true vampire.
So if he drinks Cazador's blood, he'll become a true vampire rather than just a spawn. So they bite you, you bite them.
Yes and no. The problem is, once you're a vampire spawn, they completely control.
Ah.
They have to allow.
So they choose who they turn into full vampires.
And why would they do that? Vampires are power-hungry creatures. They won't lose a servant to create a competitor.
That makes sense. Okay.
Trust me. It doesn't happen.
All right, and tell me about your history.
Why do you insist on exhuming the past?
Exactly.
I was a slave. A vampire spawn. Kept by the Tsar family.
The Tsar.
Perhaps I still am. I was never able to resist their commands. But now, I've been conveniently lost. They won't ever control me again.
Okay, then. And then we got Will. We haven't talked to him in a while.
The menacing githyanki machine and its jagged pincers held no cure at all. Who could have thought?
What was it like being the son of a Grand Duke? See, I forgot his plot line, too. We haven't done it in so long.
Not so enchanting as you'd think. The Portiers, the Caldwells, they were the blue bloods hosting the fancy balls and drinking from gold goblets. Father's the son of a blacksmith, born with barely a coin in the coffers. He made a name for himself among the Flaming Fist. Brave as Baldur and stubborn as a deep Rothay. Daring, outspoken, but hardly posh. I spent more time dueling with Father than I did rubbing elbows with lords. Not to say I didn't develop a taste for good wine and the talent for courtly dance.
Courtly dance. I'd love to see a demonstration. Now you're the Blade of Frontiers. Quite a change.
Yes and no. Father taught me the 4 pillars of power. Courage, insight, strategy, justice. He reckoned I'd follow in his footsteps. First as a fist marshal, then as a duke. Vanquish evil, maintain order, save the world.
Become a
The
demon.
duke makes bedfellows with more monsters than he slays. Father called it diplomacy. I called it hypocrisy. In the frontiers, there is no posturing, no diplomacy. I slay monsters. I don't consort with them. Even if I might look like one.
It sure seems to me like his story is the most complex. He's the son of a duke, but then he became this blade who fights monsters. He's got this eye that's a false eye, and we don't even know this. There's magical power in the eye, but we didn't figure out what it was because we failed the dice roll, right? You should get out of this pact.
A possibility that's kept me awake countless nights. But I don't have a clue where to start, other than play her games and play by the rules. That's the only language devils listen to.
Why obey her at all? What can she do that's worse that she already has?
She could kill me for one, and that's not the worst of it. My contract is very clear. I can bring Mazora no harm. She'll have to let me out of my pact willingly. The only way out is if I can out-bargain her. We're standing here with nothing but the clothes on our backs and the worms in our heads.
We can beat her if we put our worms together. What the? Let's say that.
We can. I'm sure of it. How glad I am that you see me as more than my patron's pet.
I will admit, I never thought that I would be hearing this sentence, let's just put our worms together, in a video game that I chose to play, so I'm a little creeped out. Oh, we actually do have a story with Karlach, of all people. Why Karlach right now? Let's find out.
Hey, soldier.
Uh-oh.
Well, I'm not feeling so good. My engine is getting worse. Feels like it's going to burst out of my chest.
Uh-oh. What do we do about it?
We need to catch up with Damon. See if he's thought of a way to fix this thing. If it can be fixed.
What happens if we can't tune you up in time?
Well, I imagine it's lights out, Big K. And then it'll be just you, your parasite, and the wild yonder. I'm sure you'd manage. But this old girl's got a few things to do before it comes to that.
That was it.
Ah, another dead end. If the tadpole doesn't kill us, trying to cure it just might.
How did you end up with that contraption in your chest?
The year, 10 air. The place, sleepy little town called Baldur's Gate. Our hero, Karlach, a knock-kneed delinquent from the outer city, with everything to give and nothing to lose. I was a kid looking for a way to fill my days and make some cash when I fell into the wrong crowd. Worked for a guy I respected. A lot. Turns out the feeling wasn't mutual. Through the jigs and the reels, he made a deal with Zariel behind my back. You know Zariel, right? Archdevil of Avernus.
No.
She put this thing in my chest and set me to work. Well, to war. I learned quick how to stay alive. And the engine served me when it came to killing devils. 10 years of that. The stories I could tell.
Basically, I'm being told that Act 2, there's going to be a lot more plot development for each character, so don't worry much about it right now. Okay. You imagined a boss who gave you up to Zariel. Who was that?
Guy named Gortash. Politician. Inventor. One of these wheeler-dealer types who seems to have a finger in every pie. I guess I was naive to think everything he got up to was above board. What did I know? I saw a job. A good job. With people I liked. Doing work I was good at. Sometimes I'm jealous of that girl. Ugh, to feel so invincible again.
Sounds like all we need to do to fix your engine is find infernal iron. Is that true? Because we found infernal metal, but it wasn't the iron, right? Okay.
Let's hope Damon is as good as he seems. Once my engine's handled, I can focus on more important matters. Tadpoles, cults, frosty pints.
Jeez, there's so much lore here. What does the engine do to you?
Gives me energy. Power. But you've seen it in action. Very hard to control. If I'm excited at all, angry, nervous, delighted, enticed, I burn hot. Hot enough to burn anyone who gets close.
You must be pent up. What's that been like? Let's say.
Agonizing. God's what I wouldn't give for a hug. A pat. Anything. You've never met anyone so desperate for a hug as this one right here. Pathetic perhaps, but true. It's my lot to bear, and I bear it badly. Oh well. Can't have it all, can you? Not today, at least.
So, you know what this is? This is exactly the same plot line as Rogue from X-Men. Because the character Rogue from X-Men can't touch someone because she sucks their life force out of them by accident as part of her mutant powers. So the only way she could touch someone is to fully cover herself in like a barrier, like clothing that will specifically stop her mutant power. She's kind of the same, except I guess she would burn through clothing, right? So I guess that wouldn't really work. Alright. This is interesting. The same plot from, like, X-Men is being re-explored here. Pick up? Oh. Okay, I guess we're good. We're good. We could rest now. Well, we just got an insane amount of plot. We sure did. 46. Oh my god, why is the egg 40? Oh, because it's the freaking owlbear egg. I don't want to use that. What the fuck? 276? 276. That might be a little bit too much. How do you split stack? How do you do this? Just do that. Supply pack. It's a full rest. Okay. What's up, Avarice? How you doing? Okay. Alright, well, we're fully rested. And now we can go back to the plot we were doing, right? I didn't talk to him because he doesn't seem like he's any use of anything. He's just a moron. Volo's a complete idiot. Okay, let's get out of here, right? Leave camp. Okay, so I guess, according to what people are telling me, we want to go back and do the Inquisitor mission first, so... let's do that. My family and I went pretty good. Although we now feel like after having done it 2 weeks in a row with that Q&A that we kind of want to do wait a couple weeks to do it again. The next thing we do together, when I say we, it's my wife and I. The next things we do together will be gameplay in Like a Dragon when it comes out after next week, so. Alright, let's have her talk to him, right?
Blacketh's will be done.
Okay.
My Arden spoke of one of our kin that escaped a crashing Gith slave vessel.
Try. Blacketh's justice in flesh.
You have accomplished much, child. I am pleased to finally meet you. I heard there is so much
Look at his
goblin
eyes.
blood on your hands
His
that
eyes
it
are, like,
soaks their children's
glowing.
nightmares. To business. I suspect you plucked something precious from the Gith ship. Something that belongs to us. The weapon. Give it to me.
How does he know?
Don't do it. The weapon is how I protect you.
Do it. Do not disobey the Inquisitor.
Produce the artifact. What do I get in return if I give it to you? This weapon, what does it do? Should you be more concerned with the Mind Flayer invasion? How do you know so much about me? Actually, that's a good question.
Some of your species say knowledge is power. They are wrong. Knowledge is everything. We took an interest in you when you became involved with this absolute cult. A pestilence of infected slaves. The first symptom of the Grand Design in action. But you are lucky. That weapon you carry is the solution. I have heard it from Queen Vlakith herself. Hand it over.
What is the Grand Design?
The Grand Design is what all Gith seek. The restoration of the Illithid Empire, which spanned the entirety of the multiverse. For centuries, their elder brains sought to bring back their dominion. Every plot they hatched, we stopped. But now they are close to succeeding. Never before could they pause Ceremorphosis. Never before could they let the infections spread undetected. You saw the thralls gathered on the Gith ship. Imagine that everywhere. Wants, needs, choice. All would cease to be. Everything rendered unto the Gith. So, the weapon. Please.
Please.
Don't give it to him.
He did ask nicely. I think we should give it to him for now. And I feel like maybe we can get it back later or whatever. But I feel like we should give it to him. Because I don't want to fight all these people right now. Here's the thing, though. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of... the Krogan in Mass Effect. Where the Krogan were weaponized to stop the, what were the name of the bug people? So they were weaponized to stop them in a big galactic war. But what ended up happening was the Krogan then became an unstoppable force that then threatened the galaxy. So then they had to genetically engineer the Krogan so they couldn't reproduce anymore. That's right, it was the Rachni. The Rachni. So I kind of feel like that's what's going on here with the Githyanki is they're basically a race that originally were the slaves of these Mind Flayers. They broke apart, and now all they really care about is stopping the Mind Flayers, right? But if they get enough power, what's going to end up happening is, because you can tell they're a very warlike race, they're very aggressive, they're likely then going to be way overpowered in the universe or whatever this is, the planet, and now they're probably going to wreak havoc, right? But I feel like you take it one step at a time. Like, you don't just think 10 steps ahead. So I'm going to give him the artifact. I seriously am. I'm going to give him the artifact and see what happens here.
No.
So it is found.
Vlakith Gorg Skathzai.
Whoa, that's the ruler, huh? Holy shit.
Skathzai.
You are permitted to look upon me. You are invited to kneel.
The Deathless Queen has spoken. You will obey.
Well, We've politely, hello, how you doing? Again, we know their people. We know their customs. If you ignore her, she's gonna be pissed, right? And it's like, do you really want to start a fight with them? Like, I probably would not want to start a fight with them. It's not that you have to serve her, but if it's their custom and she takes it as a personal offense to not kneel, you probably don't want to do that, right? Who exactly are you? See, I feel like this is just going to make them angry, right? People are saying to try to piss her off, but I don't want to start a fight. I don't want to start a fucking fight with this room with all of them. I want to keep them as my allies, at least for now. Maybe later in the story, if they overstep their bounds, right? Then you go against them. But I think it's too early in the story to be fucking around like that, right? So, all right, I'm gonna kneel. I don't want to cause problems. Damn, she's huge. Now it's just a projection.
These attendants you keep, you taught them well, my child.
Why is my staff going up her nose? At least you gotta fucking stab up the nostril.
Speaks most highly, as did Alchaya before. You seek purity. I may yet grant it. Istik, you bear that which is ours. But are you friend, or are you thief?
I didn't take the weapon from you, but I am returning it. I'll say that.
An unexpected servant. Your will is strong. Descendant of noble dragons, you
see, make them your friends. Don't fucking piss them off.
Extend your fealty one step further, and you will be rewarded beyond your mortal reckoning. That weapon you carry, the astral prism, it is corrupted.
I will cleanse it for you, my queen. Tell me how.
There is someone inside.
Huh?
Their mind is warped, broken, a blight. They are an agent of the grand design, sent to sabotage the astral prism. Our last defense against the return of the Illithid Empire.
Yeah, the dream person you're talking to.
As they live, the prism is compromised. Kill them! Do this, and I will cleanse you and your allies. Do this, and ascend!
Ah, she seems pretty trustworthy.
My queen. An honor gained. A burden borne. You must accept. Refuse, and you will know my fury.
I can't do that. The person inside protects me from the absolute. How do you know that? This is, see what I mean? The plot, if you're trying to be a logical person, right? The plot, it's like, oh, just believe everything. The fucking, you don't know anything about that dream person. You don't even know if they're fucking real. I think it's bullshit. I don't think that they're real. I think that there's some kind of a fabrication or something to lead you astray later on in the plot. And they're trying to get you to, they're trying to orchestrate things by telling you. That's why I haven't believed it once. I think it's nonsense. You know what I mean? Can't you kill them yourself? I thought gods were all powerful. I mean, that's a good question. That would be a legit question for her. Why, if she's a god, which by the way, we know she's not. She's just the queen of the Githyanki. I compare her to like the fucking wizard in Wizard of Oz, right? Like, she's powerful, but she's not all powerful. They just believe she is, right? But to me, it's like, why didn't you don't do it, right? Why don't you just do it, right? That's kind of weird to me, that she wouldn't just do it herself. If you just gave the artifact over, why don't you take out this thing inside of it, right? I'm going to save, just in case, because I really don't want to aggro an entire race of people in the game, and it seems like this is a pretty critical part of the game right now. But I almost feel like that's what I would ask, and see why she can't do it. And then, I'll probably agree to do it, because I don't fucking believe it at all. I really think that... I really believe that that dream person is full of shit. it's either a illusion, a fabrication, someone trying to fool you to guide your actions over the course of the story. And we've already kind of trumped it, like, because we've done this plot. We've already, like, unearthed that and trumped it, right? That's what I think, anyway. All right, let's split the part, and then I'm going to make my decision. Cool.